So this is the entrance to a cave. A good one. And because of that, I might just use this area here. It's a nice little square, sort of a canyon. So I have to start putting stuff down. Starting, of course, with these saplings. I've been meaning to do this for a while. And this... Hold on a minute, that's a bit of obsidian I see lit. Looks like it's just sort of hanging there. I'm gonna have to go see what that is later, though. So I'm going to use this shovel and do a little bit of terraforming. Make all these sides nice and even. And make the floor of the base stone. I suppose the walls can be dirt for now. Although I might feel like changing them. Oh dear. There we go. And I can put the entrance right where right where the ground stops. I'll have to make these stairs a little... Yeah. The stairs are that way. I'll make a roof. Where is that zombie coming from? I'm gonna have to put like a back door in to make sure that nothing comes up from behind. Okay, this is a lot more dangerous than it looks, because if the zombie had hit me, I would have caught fire. That would have been really nasty. Yeah, this here is a nice little lair. Nice little place to put stuff down in. Like this. And this. Gonna make a couple of doors here. Seem to be 3 of them. So to restrict the access to my base, I'm going to put one of these doors here. Well, actually no. What I'm going to do is that There we are. So now I got a nice little back entrance into the cave. And I can take the other two doors and make them into one big front door. And there you go. And I'll make a nice chest too. I need to put stuff somewhere, don't I? And that's where I'm going to put all the stuff here. Actually, how about those cocoa beans? I'm going to put them in what shall henceforth be known as my front yard. This does sort of resemble an architecture style that I've seen before, where you've got two houses next to each other, and then you've got a third, well, quote-unquote house, that an apartment under them. They call that English basement. So, since I have redstone, I can get myself, well, not everything, but a network reader. What time is it? 1:20. Okay, I might as well wait. So there's sheep nearby here, and I totally forgot to make a pair of shears. And a bucket too. I'm gonna need both of those. One bucket, one pair of shears. That zombie was getting annoying. So there's a sheep right here. I'm going to need wool for a bed. Oh, brother, is this another one of those things where... Okay, so what am I looking at? Well, it's another portal, or rather a disused one, or what's left of one anyway, and it's in the overworld. Easy source of obsidian, lava, which I'm not exactly too interested in collecting, and loot. Now dungeon loot depends on what mods there are, because with pneumatic craft, its loot gets left in a lot of dungeons, which is really good if you're into pneumatic craft. I'm not so sure if I am or not. But I'm not exactly into forest fires, so I'm going to put these out. That's what that was. Ooh, and then there's this stuff. It's kelp. There were some times I thought that I might need to seek help with sea kelp. Yes, I know. You can all stop groaning now. There we go. Same sheep, different day. since it's getting dark out... Ah, look at this. That was fast. I don't need any cocoa right just now, though. Store this, store this. As a rule, I don't usually like gold armor that much because it's kind of weak, but it's easy to enchant. Let's talk quests. Yeah, that's a pneumatic craft tool. But I am going to make a nice bed right here. I'm gonna plunk it right down like this. And set my spawn points. You know, in some mod packs, that's all beds are used for. You literally can't sleep. I don't consider that. Yeah, that's kind of hard. Put these in here. So, what do we have? So this side is for generating power. And this side is for processing ores and such. I don't have lapis. I gotta go down the cave again and get some. Actually, what I ought to do is get something to augment my storage with. Where was that quest that... There was one that had a backpack in it, and I can't remember where it was. Might have been here. I think it was here. But there's no... Well, first off, this is a work in progress. And second, there's no iron chests as far as I know. All the same, I'll just make a bigger chest, store off all the stuff I don't need, and go back down to that cave system. But I'm not so sure whether I should show all of that, because it can get kind of repetitive. I mean, it's just me down there. I guess what I ought to do is, if I run into anything interesting in the caves, I'll show that. But until then, I'll meet you back here when I run out of food. Or if I run into anything interesting. Ah, a creeper. Yeah. One of the more dreaded nasty mobs here. I don't know what this is. Not familiar with the mod, but anyway, creepers, I haven't let them... maybe I haven't let them go off. I didn't let this one go off. But it used to be that an exploding creeper sound was this reverberating, echoing kaboom. Very deep. They've replaced that with a much more scaled down noise. It sounds sort of like a, I don't know, I guess a firecracker or something like that. And it's a bunch of stuff falling down. It's not a bang, really, more of a really aggressive poofing noise. Now, that makes sense for creepers, I suppose. Because creepers are kind of common. But there is this big, nasty monster that we may end up running into called the Ghast. Big scary jellyfish-like things that float around in the air and shoot you with fireballs. Now there, they should have kept the boom. It makes a lot more sense, given the nature of the monster involved, for its blast to be reverberating, echoing, and downright terrifying. But no, they got the same creeper aggressive poof. I wonder what we have here. Amethyst. Certainly makes an interesting noise when you mine this stuff, doesn't it? Well, this was a recent addition to Minecraft, a very recent one. Right up there with, I think, copper and, well, various other odds and ends. Yeah, real informative of me, isn't it? I don't know what amethyst is used for. I don't think it's used for much in regular Minecraft, but since it's a base Minecraft thing, I might end up needing it. I don't know if they'll need blocks of amethyst. Well, looks like there are some things that they're used for. Come to think of it, blocks of amethyst used to be just basically just be blocks. You couldn't make them into anything else, as far as I know. But there is one mod in this pack, apparently, where you can cut the amethyst blocks into amethyst crystals, which I might need. So I'm going to dig up enough of these amethyst blocks to make 64 of those crystals. Yeah, I don't know how rare or common these geodes are, but the fact that I found one is significant enough for me to point it out. At least that's my perspective on it. There's a lot of things in Minecraft that old hands at it like myself aren't entirely familiar with. Amethyst is one thing, or amethyst and geode anyway. Another is just how deep this goes, by which I mean caves in general. It used to be that bedrock, where you can't dig anymore, is it was at 0. You couldn't dig to 0. After that, you would just, if you somehow managed it, you would fall out of the world. Well, they've since moved that down a bit and added on a whole new kind of cave. And I'll show that if I get down that far, which I probably will without having to resurface. I still don't have redstone. I gotta get my hands on some. But there's a lot of stuff in Minecraft that, I mean, let me explain why I'm pointing this out. Because I was inspired to do this by another LPer on here, another rather minor one, like myself, name of Bone Canoe 86. Now, I found Minecraft before he did. I introduced him to it. But he introduced me to modded Minecraft. And at least most of the time, once you have gone to once you've tried modded Minecraft, you cannot go back to regular Minecraft because it just doesn't seem to have anything in it compared to the mod packs. But he's got a playthrough going right now of one of the old versions of Minecraft, 1.7.4, I think, beta. And back then, there wasn't any rotten flesh, there weren't any endermen or mine shafts, and so there probably wasn't an ender dragon either. The nether was barely a biome at all. Zombies dropped feathers. Creeper sounds had changed to that aggressive poof, but skeleton sounds were changed from. They used to be a sort of a. I don't know how to describe this noise. It's a sort of a. It sounded like a bow and arrow anyway, but it was a lot rougher of a sound, whereas the sounds skeleton arrows make now are a lot more subtle. Ooh, this is why you don't usually dig directly above you. So there was a lot that they just didn't have back then, and yet he's playing it anyway, and it's probably because there was it was so simple back then. There wasn't as much you had to worry about or plan towards. I know I gave him a few. Am I gonna need that now? No. I know I gave him a few directions to go in. He's taken some. But I suppose most of his focus is going to be building and seeing what he can do with 1.7.4 as is. And it'll be awful fascinating to find out what he can come up with. Anyway, what you're looking at right now, this deep slate stuff, is the extension to how deep caves are that I was talking about before. Deep slate, and there are a few other kinds of stone down here, but they're native to Minecraft, at least now. When I first saw this stuff, I honestly thought it was a mod. But the game has gotten a lot bigger since I can't find the skeleton. Ah, here it is. Okay, anyway, must have come from here. Anyway, the game is a lot bigger than it was once. And I suppose it's better off for it. There's a lot more you can do in it. There's a lot more stuff you can build, a lot more things you can do to blocks. Yeah, this is also native. And that was a bit surprising to me when I first saw it. Because I think Tough, I ran into it first as part of a mod. It was the rock hounding mod, I think. I wonder whatever happened to it. Because that was a very scientific. It was very science-based. Without going too far into the realism part of it and making the game kind of, well, a little too challenging, if you know what I mean. You'll notice the giant pool of lava on the heads-up display. That is an applied energistics impact crater. We'll be going there at some eventual point. I think applied energistics is something I want to cover.